Today we're going to talk about how to actually build muscle if you're brand new. Okay, there's a lot of misinformation out there that leaves beginners really confused or wasting their time. So let's clear it up with some real experience, real science, and some real information. So what actually builds muscle? Well, your body builds muscle when you challenge it with more work over time. This is called progressive overload. This is simply done by adding weights, adding more reps, adding more sets to your workout, or increasing any kind of tension or resistance on the muscles. Science shows that hypertrophy, this is the enlarging of muscles basically, is linked to increased mechanical tension, metabolic stress, and muscle damage. So for people at home, a little bit of layman's terms, is you want to try to keep challenging yourself, keep making it a little bit harder every time you go into the gym. 2 to 3 times a week per muscle group is pretty effective for anybody who's getting just started. Meta-analysis show higher frequency promotes hypertrophy in beginners due to more practice with technique and volume spread. You want to make sure that you're controlling the weights. You don't ever want to rush through an exercise or through, a movement. So don't rush any of the reps, okay? Muscle tension is more important than it is throwing your weights around. If you can only curl 10 pounds, curl it 15 times, and then slowly move your way up to the 25s. But yeah, no need to be, going out of form. When you're just getting started and you're just learning about the movements, or you're getting back into the gym, training to failure is probably not really advised. This can increase your fatigue without any of the benefits for when you're just getting started. Now, training to 1 to 3 reps of short of failure, that yields high hypertrophy. You can build muscle really well by just getting to those 1 or 2, 3 reps, but you never really want to try and go for a max necessarily right off bat. Save your failure sets for later in your training blocks, but also not every exercise is going to be to failure. Compound movements are a great way to get started. If you're a beginner, try to stick to some compound lifts just as you're kind of warming up to the gym. A compound movement hits multiple muscle groups and can help you build strength pretty fast. These can include squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, rows, pull-ups. Machines are also your friend too when you're just getting started, just so you know what the movement is like. These compound movements recruit more motor units, which promotes faster strength and size gains. Isolation movements are fine too, but that shouldn't be like a huge majority of your workout. You maybe 20 to 30% of your workout should be isolation movements. The rest should be compound movements. Some easy mistakes that you can run into are doing too many exercises. You don't really need 15 exercises for your biceps. 1 to 2 is good. Just do them well. Okay. I would say the max of your workout should be maybe 10 exercises, as long as you're doing them well. Also, another mistake is not tracking your progress. If you're lifting the same weights every week, you're not going to be growing. So keep a notebook on your notebook app, log your workouts and log your progress so you can continuously increase that intensity that we talked about. Bad sleep is a huge one. Muscle growth happens outside of the gym, so try to aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep, because that loss can reduce your protein synthesis, which means your muscles don't grow as efficiently. And then for the nutrition part, making sure that you're eating enough protein, anywhere between 1 to I'd say maybe 2 grams per kilogram of your body weight for muscle gain. But that's also variable. Okay, I'd say start on the lower end and then increase your way up. And then also make sure you stick with a solid program for at least 6 to 8 weeks. Your muscle needs these repeated stimulus to adapt. So if you're just switching back and forth between programs, being if you're doing HIIT one day and then you're doing hyper strength training the other, your body is not going to be able to actually adapt correctly. And then I want to touch on nutrition a little bit, since we're kind of already on that subject. You can't build muscle without calories. Calories are basically your energy system, right? So you want to be in a slight surplus if you're looking for lean gains, which is essentially making sure that your protein is brought up a little bit too. Carbs are not bad. I know that that's a huge stigma. That's a good fuel for our training. And fats are essential for your hormones. So for men, testosterone, women, estrogen, a lot of different hormones involved, but making sure you get enough You have your fats, your carbs, and your protein is like pretty baseline. So to recap really quick, focus on progressive overload, stick to compound lifts, don't train to failure for everything, track your progress, fuel your body with whole foods. Muscle building isn't super complicated. It's easy to actually overcomplicate it. You just have to stay consistent with it. If you are starting from zero and want a clear step-by-step plan, I have a hybrid program that was built for you. I also have a fully online program. If you guys want to message me on Instagram or check out my website, www.shipshapefitness.com, and we can get you started right away.